Hello there and welcome to this quick WordPress tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you how to convert any page into a WordPress page template without affecting your currently installed theme. This is not how to convert a full website into a theme. This is just converting a single page. Perhaps you stumbled upon a landing page or opt-in page you liked, and now you want to add it to your website, but you don't want to uninstall your current installed theme. You just want that single page. I'll be showing you how to convert any page from HTML to your WordPress. Okay, first of all, let's preview what we are going to convert. This is the page or the HTML page we are going to convert. Now let me open it, double click. We want to convert this page, this opt-in page, into a landing page, into a WordPress page. So if we go, let me first close this. I use Sublime text editor as my text editor, but you can use any text editor like Notepad or Notepad++ to edit your HTML code. If you want to use Sublime, I will add a link, a download link I would add a link in the description below. So if I drag this here, you can see this is the HTML we are going to work with. This is the HTML of this page. We also have some CSS linked to the page, and I'm not using these images are directly from the internet, so I'm not using them. I'm not using any images from here, but if you wanted, you can add images here and use them too. But I would recommend just uploading the images directly to your WordPress and then using their URLs in the code, in the HTML. We also have some JavaScript. I'm not sure if I did use some. So this JavaScript is the one doing this slider thing. So yeah, and I think we also have some PHP. This PHP script processes this form. So when a user enters their information, their email address, and subscribe, that data will be processed by this PHP script. I will receive a notification in my inbox. So I'm also using some. If we go in the header of this HTML, you can see I'm not getting all these. Not all the files are here. Some I'm getting them directly from a CDN. So you can see I'm importing some fonts from Google, and I'm also using Bootstrap, but I'm getting it directly from a CDN. And yeah, most of it, some jQuery from a CDN as well. So yeah, if you don't have to use the file directly from a folder, you can get it from a CDN, and that will make things much quicker. So this is the page we want to convert this into a WordPress page. So to do that, we have to log into to WordPress and start on it. So the first thing we do, I'm using XAMPP as my local server to use WordPress on my local machine without going online and testing everything directly on our live website. In the next tutorial, I think I will be showing you how to set up XAMPP and WordPress on your local machine so that you don't have to test your website on directly on a website online, on a live website. So I'll go on. Let me first stop this. I'll go on, open XAMPP, and start Apache and MySQL to start WordPress. So after that, I'll go into. You can go to localhost / WordPress. So this is the current WordPress theme I've installed on my local machine, and I can go to localhost WordPress WP admin. So that I'm already logged into my dashboard, but if you are not, it will take you to your login page and then login. So the first thing we'll need is create the page template for our WordPress. So if we go to appearance, themes, you can see we have the theme 2017 installed. And when we go to pages and create a new page, say new page, and publish. Maybe let's add some dummy text. So if I go to rem ipsum, copy this, then paste it, update. Now let's go to preview, and we have this. This is how the page looks by default, but we want to change it to something like this. Of course, obviously I'll be removing this text and replacing it with this, so that we make it look exactly like this. And so now if we go to the page, you see we don't have any page attributes for the page template, because this current theme doesn't come with any custom page template. It only comes with the default page template, which is not shown in the page attributes. So we need to fix that and add our custom template. So to do that, go into your text editor. Go into your text editor. I'll remove everything here and create a new page, a new file, and save it as, let's save it anything you want, but make sure you add PHP at the end. So you can add WordPress template.php. You need to add the extension PHP because WordPress uses PHP, and the page template has to be in PHP. So I'll save this directly in the folder we are getting the page we want to convert. So save. To create a page template in WordPress, you need a few lines. The first thing you want is to open up the PHP block, and then add this code. Very, very basic code. So only need the template name. So I'll call this landing page template by Ismail VFX. You can name it anything you want, and then close that block. And so save. We created this page template, but it's still in our old HTML page folder. So I need to go to WordPress and upload this page template into the theme folder. To do that, we will need a plugin called WP File Manager that will allow us to access the theme folder in our WordPress page, because WordPress doesn't provide you any way to access a theme folder by default. So let's go into plugins and add a new plugin. Search for WP File Manager. Then here, install, then activate. Then go to File Manager. Go to the File Manager we just installed. Then it will open up. By default, it will open up all the folders. It will show you all the folders in your local server. And then we need to access the WP content. We need to access the theme folder, the active theme folder. So go to WP content, then themes, then find the active theme. So to find the active theme, let's go to our dashboard and appearance, themes. You can see we have 2017 as our active theme. So go to 2017 folder, and now let's get this template we've just created and paste it into our theme folder. Now if we go back to this page, let's go to edit this page. Now you can see we have a new attribute for the template. So now we can choose between the default template, which will render this, or the template we've just created, which should render this. But because we haven't added anything, we will just render a blank page. So let's update. And now if we refresh, you can see nothing is being rendered because we have not added anything to this page template. So if we go to edit, you can see we haven't added anything. So to keep everything organized, we can add this template and all these files that we are going to add in a folder, so that if you want to delete the page template you created, you just delete the entire folder with that, so that you don't accidentally delete any theme folders, other theme files. So I'll name this EVX. I will name this template folder, and then drag our page template into there in open folder. So if we refresh, see the page template is still there. Update, refresh, and nothing. So to render this text, whatever we have in the page, we need to add the WordPress loop, the WP loop in our template. So if we go to right click on the template, then edit file, still blank, so let's go and find the WP loop. So let's go to that and copy this block, then paste it in here. Now if you're not familiar with PHP code or WordPress code, I'll upload the template file in Google Drive and add a link in the description below, so that you can just copy the file and upload it to your folder, to your theme directly. So we need to also add the line, the content. This line will render the code that is here. So if we save, okay, saved. Now if we refresh, you can see this code is being rendered now. But that's not all we want to render. We want to render this page. So what we can do is come here, copy this HTML, drag this to here, and copy everything from here up to down here, and then paste it. First, let's delete all of this, paste it in the text section of the code of the editor, paste it, update. Now refresh, we have everything, but some of the data is not being loaded properly. So what we can do maybe is copy from doc type to header to body, everything that is not going to be rendered directly on the page, that is included in the header section of the page. We can just cut and go to the file editor and paste it just below this block, then save and refresh. Everything, we didn't update here, so update. And maybe we also, because sometimes JavaScript doesn't render well when you paste it in the on the WordPress editor, so let's just copy it as well, update, and paste it under the second block, save. Now we also, the reason this page is not loading properly is because we had some CSS files, if you remember, CSS, we had some CSS, we had some JavaScript that was installed, that was powering this page. So we can just come here, copy it, and then paste it there. If you want, you can keep them in the folder, but I just want to make it very easy for you to see, so I'm just pasting it directly here, and we'll edit how our page links to this in the code. So let's make sure that's all we need. We also need this email, this PHP script. So that's it. Now if we refresh, still the page is not rendering correctly because right now the page is not loading properly because some of the CSS file and JavaScript files and JavaScript is not being loaded correctly. That's because WordPress has a certain way of loading in PHP, of loading in files attached to the page template. So to do this, we need to add some PHP block here. So let's add this. The page template for the page template folder, and then so if we have to copy this and add it here as well, because we don't have the CSS folder here. We didn't add these files in any folder, so we just link them directly. So we also need to get the JavaScript file, which is here. So save. And now if we refresh, the page is still not loading properly because remember, these files are not directly in the page template folder. They are in another folder we created to make everything organized. So if we preview the source code, the page source code, let's look at style.css. This is the template file. This is the default or the original CSS file for the page template. We want to, for the theme, we're looking for the page templates, the CSS file for the page template. So if we can find it, I think this is it. I think this is it actually, because you see we had plug and sell and CSS style and style.css. So where here had plug and sell .css and we had style.css. You can see have plug and sell .css and have style.css. So we need to add this folder there as well. So we need to add /template folder or the name of the folder you created, and then \. So also copy, paste it here, and let's add it for our JavaScript as well, and then save. So if we refresh, just look at this page here, this part here, and you see now we have that. So if we refresh, okay, something is not right again. So let's see, let's double click and see if we getting that. Okay, I think because there is some space here, that's why we're not linking the page properly. So let's delete that space and that space as well. What else? Plugin, so okay, doesn't have any space. So reload, and there we have it. So let's see, the JavaScript is loading properly as well, and let's see what else. Something is missing. What are we missing? The reason, you see, if we compare this, this to this, you can see there's a lot of differences. That's because WordPress removes and adds tags sometimes to your HTML. So you need to add another plugin, install another plugin called TinyMCE Advanced to stop WordPress from adding and removing tags that you added. So if we add TinyMCE, this, install it and activate. After activating, go to settings and then TinyMCE. Then make sure to check this, keep paragraph tags, because these are the type of tags WordPress removes. So then save. After that, we will need to go back because WordPress already removed those tags. We need to go back. Where's the page? Where is the page? I need to go back to pages, edit. We need to go back here and copy this code again. Remember, we already have this in the template, so we need to copy from body to we need to copy from body. Let me first see where we copied from. We copied from this anchor tag to this. So just delete everything. You also see we have this space here that we didn't have here. This is because WordPress, again, it removes and adds tags. So if you have image tags on your lines, WordPress will add break tags or p tags on them. So you just need to make sure that you have them just about. Make sure you don't have any space between them, and maybe remove this space as well. So let's look. Let's see what else. I also had these break tags on these icons, so we have to look for those as well. Which one are they? Here. TinyMCE will prevent WordPress from removing tags, but it may not stop it from adding tags. So that's why we are making this. We are removing these spaces so that WordPress doesn't add any tags between these elements. So let's make sure. See what else. I also added a tag here. So between here and here. And what where else? Let's see. I think that's it. So if we update, then refresh. Yeah, you see, everything now is as it should be. So now if we enter our email, I'll just add a test email, test@gmail.com, and then hit subscribe, and see nothing happens. And if we go into our source code, let's see console, we are receiving an error. I set up my template to show an error if something goes wrong in the console. So this is because I added this function that completes our links to the CSS files, but we never added that function to this PHP script. And so to make it link better, if we can go to this, you can see our form still links directly to our PHP script. We need to give this action the full link to our PHP script. So an easier way to get the full link to this script is by right clicking the link and go into get info, then copy that link, copy link location. Now if we go to our page and look for that form, and we look for the form, just paste that. You can see this is the full link to our PHP script. So update. Now refresh. Now let's test again. Test at gmail.com, subscribe, and everything works properly now. So that was a quick tutorial on how to convert any page into a WordPress page. By the way, I'm working on an introduction to WordPress course. I'll be updating you on when that will be live. I'll be adding it to Udemy, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.